What's going on, my fellow cronians? It's your buddy Scooby here, back with another LolCow TCG deck building video. And in this one, we're going to be doing the Token Scribe deck build. And of course, for those who want to just skip to the overhead view of all the cards we're going to be taking today, there's going to be a timestamp on screen now. Starting off with our limited cards, we're of course going to be taking one Pot of Mead, one Server Outage, one Pickle Quest, one Racksmith Arrives, and one Mr. Medicer. Moving on to our trickery cards, we're going to be starting off with another card that is limited, and this one is actually limited to 2 a deck, that is the Vitamin CWC. 3 Goat Wires, 3 Duas, and 3 Information Overload. Moving into our magic cards, we're going to be taking 3 Conway Chili Slot Massacres, 2 WTF Was That, 3 Rascal Invasions, and 3 Medicer's Judgment. Moving on to our trap cards, we're going to be taking 3 Troll Waves. And finally, for our item cards, we're going to be taking 3 of the 1 Medallion. Moving into our character cards, we're going to be starting with characters that have abilities to actually create tokens themselves. So with that being said, we're going to be taking 2 Nick the Rascal Kings, 3 Kiz the Rascal Queens, 2 Audentum Robot Overlords, and 3 Darkside Beckys. Moving along into our other character scribe cards, we're going to be taking 2 Base Shaman Master Pipers, 3 Bazinga Boys, 2 American Biffs in London, 3 Blue Spike Trolls, 3 Biff Wolfed Up, 2 Base Shaman of Fortune, and 3 Audentum Mechanical Scribes. Now that we've got everything out on the mat, y'all already know the drill. Let's go ahead and go over all the cards that we're going to be taking with us today. Starting off with our Pot of Mead, you can draw 2 cards and then ban it. Server Outage, you can scrap all characters on all players' fields. Pickle Quest, you can search your deck for any card and then add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. Racksmith Arrives, you can draw 3 cards, gain 50 life points, deal 50 damage to any player, and scrap any target character on the field. And for the last of our limited cards, we have the Mr. Medicer the Forbidden One. This is a legendary 6 tape cost scribe card with Immortal on it. And with Mr. Medicer's ability, when he enters the field, you can send any card on the field to its owner's scrap pile. And he has pretty good stats coming in with 80 and 80. And moving into our trickery cards, we have the Vitamin CWC. Again, we're limited to only 2 of these. And when we see an X, that just means however many tapes we would like to spin for it. So we have 2 choices with this card. We can either draw X amount of cards and lose 25 life for each card drawn, or we can deal 20 times X to damage any character or den. Next up, we have the Project Goat Wire. When you call this card out, you can create a goat token on your field with dash, 40 attack, and 10 health. If that token dies, then you create another copy of that token until the end of your outro. And I always like to say this is just like a server outage, only on your opponent's side of the field. Next, we have the Dua. We say Dua and negate any card that our opponent plays from their hand and send it to their scrap pile. And lastly, for our trickery cards, we have the Information Overload. This card is exclusive to the Scribe decks, and with this, we can deal 50 damage to any target or remove 50 damage from any target. So we can either choose a healing ability or a damage ability. Next up, we got our magic cards. We're starting it off with the Conway Chili Slot Massacre, and this is just like a server outage, except it scraps all non-Chungus type characters that are on the field. Moving on to the WTF Was That. Just like our Information Overload, this can only be played in a Scribe deck, and we can deal 60 damage to any target character. And next we have the Rascal Invasion. Again, this can only be played in a Scribe deck, and with this we create 4 Rascal tokens on our side of the field with 20 attack, 10 health, and dash. And all of the Rascal tokens that we create with this have the effect scrap at the start of our outro. And lastly, for our magic cards, we have the Medicer's Judgment. And not only can we use this in a Scribe deck, but we also can only play it if we already control a Scribe on the field. And we're allowed to choose one of 2 effects. We can either gain 60 life points, or we can ban a target character. Moving into our trap cards, we have the Troll Wave. This can only be activated whenever an opponent declares a beatdown. And we can scrap a target character when it declares that beatdown, and our opponent creates 3 troll tokens with 10 attack and 10 health on their side of the field. And lastly, for our item cards, we have the 1 Medallion. And to play this card, we would first have to play 2 tapes to call it out onto the field, and then an additional 3 tapes to be able to attach it to a character. And with this item, we have the option to spin our character and place a Sonichu token with 40 power, 40 health, and dash onto our side of the field. And of course, since we're using a Scribe deck, we won't have any CWC characters for that secondary effect of the card. Alrighty, moving into our character cards that create tokens themselves. We're starting off with Nick the Rascal King. He is a legendary scribe, which legendary means we're only allowed one of these on the field at a time with the same name. And with this guy's ability, if an effect would create one or more Rascal tokens on your side of the field, it creates twice that many, and then regardless of that first ability, all of our Rascal tokens that we have on the field gain plus 20 attack while Nick is on the field. So this would pair very well with our Rascal invasion, because we would be able to create 8 tokens with 40 attack and 10 health. Moving on to Arkiz the Rascal Queen. She is another legendary scribe. For her keyword ability, she has dash on her, and with her card ability, we can spin instead of attacking and wiggle our eyebrows and make a Rascal token with 20 attack, 10 health, and dash with the effect scrap this token at the start of our next outro. So we can pair this with our Nick, so we could actually create 2 of these tokens with 40 attack and 10 health. So you can see how the combos are starting to play in with these tokens. And next up we have Audentum, Robot Overlord. Again, another legendary scribe, and when we play this from our hand, we can add all robots in our scrap pile to our hand. And instead of declaring a beatdown, we can spin this character to make a robot token with 20 attack and 20 health. And lastly, for our cards that create tokens themselves, we have the Darkside Becky. And when this enters the field, we create a puppet token with 20 attack and 20 health. And moving into our regular character cards, we are starting off with the Base Shaman, Master Piper. And when Base Shaman enters the field, we can whistle out loud and name a LolCow character card. And whenever we do this, we can search an opponent's deck for all cards with that name and place it into their scrap pile. Then they shuffle their deck. So this is a very good ability to not allow your opponent to have any of those CW Savior and Creator cards, so they can't make those Sonichu tokens. Next up, we got Bazinga Boy Cassette Demon. When this enters the field, you rewind 2 tapes, so essentially you're playing this card for free, as long as you have the 2 tapes to play it. Next up, we got American Biff in London. For its keyword ability, it has dash, which of course means that it's not affected by lag, and it can attack its first turn. So with the ability on this, if it's scrapped from anywhere, we can pay 2 tapes and place it straight back onto the field. So as long as we got the 2 tapes, we can just constantly revive this thing if it's killed off. Next up, we got the Blue Spike Troll, another character with dash on it, and this character deals double damage to other characters in combat, so that 30 damage, if it were to attack another character card, it would actually do 60 damage, but if you're using this to attack somebody's life points, it would only do that 30 damage. Next up, we got Biff Wolfed Up, again another character with dash on it, and once per turn, we can howl to gain 10 life points, so that's on our turn, as well as our opponent's turn. And with this card only being a 1 tape cost, that is a extremely good ability. And we only got a couple character cards left. We got the Base Shaman of Fortune. This character has Leap on it, which characters with Leap can only be attacked or intercepted by characters with Leap or Reach. And with the ability on this, we can spin 1 tape to look at the top card of our deck. And last but not least, we got the Audentum Mechanical Scribe. And with the ability on this, we can spin him, plus spin 2 tapes, and create a token copy of this and place it onto our side of the field. And not only do we get a clone of this card, but while the Audentum is on the field, it gains plus 20 attack for every other robot that is on our side of the field. So for every robot that you add, each one of them get plus 20 attack added on. So now that we've gone over all of our cards, let's talk about these combos real quick. So one good combo that we can start off with is with this Nick the Rascal King. And again, with his ability, he doubles the amount of Rascal tokens that are created from any source. So in 1 turn, we could play this while Nick is on the field and create 8 of them. But if we also have the Kiz out on the field, we can spin her to do her ability, and that would gain us 2 more Rascal tokens, so that would bring us up to 10. Not only do we just have the 10 tokens, but all of them gain plus 20 attack. So this could lead to a very devastating blow to your opponent. And for our Audentum, with that ability, so that way he can bring back all of the other mechanical scribes from our scrap pile back onto the field. So we could just hold on to this guy for a little bit and create a couple copies of our mechanical scribes. And if your opponent is able to defeat a bunch of them in beatdowns, you can play this guy and instantly get all of those robots back onto the field. And then for our medallion, of course, we can just attach this to any character and create that 1 Sonichu token, which has 40 attack, 40 health, and dash. So here's our last little overhead view of the cards we're going to be taking with us today. Hope y'all enjoyed this one, and I'll catch you in TTS. See ya!